Who's flying?
It says Attune.
It still says Attune. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
sure then. We'll find out when we actually get around to casting one of Thunder Predator's games. But we do have a draft up. So pretty basic stuff here. The Io's gonna get banned out. The Chen got banned out. And Sand King, Oracle, Batrider, and Nyx Assassin. So to get the Warlock pickup, I'll be interested to see. It seemed like, was it Cyber Kingdom that was trying? Which one was it that looked like they were trying to do a Grimstroke?
I think we saw Isurus pick up
Isurus?
Warlock. I think we've seen Warlock in both of the games today.
Possibly, yeah. I'm just trying to remember who paired it up with the Sven.
I think
It was that last game, yeah? With WIJ?
yeah, Sven was with the last game. I actually think that this hero is. I mean, I'm not sure how ESL is going right now. I don't think Warlock is getting first phased, but I actually understand it.
Okay.
This hero has gotten buffed numerous times in the past few patches. I think that Fatal Bonds is now actually a good ability in the low level.
Mm-hmm.
That was a huge struggle for him. I think sustain and like harass lanes are back. You've Abaddon, which is essentially just a sustain hero in the lane, and then you just play regular Abaddon after the laning stage.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Warlock. I think scaling supports that don't need items are back, like Wyvern, Bane.
They've been back for a while,
Not really back.
though.
Not really back, but it's like what has essentially happened. I think in 7.22 is that you can no longer have a support that just falls off.
Right.
Like that is actually just very very bad.
Mm-hmm.
You need a support to and I think like that's why like Lich or something like that.
Yeah.
It's not a good hero because it's not like a Warlock in the late game. Warlock is absolutely devastating in the late game. Lich is. He's got the shield. He's okay. BKB is completely counter the hero. I think with like a Warlock Sven, that is obviously with the Fatal Bonds, it's always going to do scaling damage.
Yeah.
And then the Golem, it doesn't really scale in terms of the damage, but its potency in team fights it does scale.
Dire team ban.
This is where you ban the Grimstroke.
Yeah, if you're not a madman.
Yeah.
Brew Shaman, that's a really common. This was a really common lane for a while. It's two heroes that complement each other really well. In the laning stage, they're very strong. Brew's a strong laner. He likes to punch people. He likes to kill people. Shadow Shaman punches people, kills people in the laning stage. You have the Brewlings when you use the ultimate in a fight to essentially just cause chaos in the Serpent Wards. They'll kill towers. So you just go in, use the Brew ulti, drop Serpent Wards, towers die. Like this. And then also, Brew is a hero. Once he gets level 6, he wants to run around and fight. This is a hero that can be a brawler. Like, both of these heroes can kind of go between the split-pushing role and the fighting role, depending on their cooldowns. It's interesting. We talked about this, I think, in the car on the way here. Maybe it was yesterday. We were getting, like, tacos or something. But we were all talking about how, with a lot of these combos, it's not just about, like, one thing that they combo. It's usually, with Grim Doom, for example, it's not just a good combo because you double Doom. It's also that their timings make a lot of sense together. You have Doom, who is a melee hero that can run up to people Scorched Earth in the laning phase. You have the silence on Grimstroke to allow Doom to kill people with his damage without having to commit Doom. There's actually like a lot of, synergy between the heroes. It's not just like one single combo. And this Brew Shaman is like a perfect example of that, where you don't really understand exactly why they're great with each other. It's just that they complement each other in so many ways that it's a great combo. Although it's not picked up that much anymore.
If Cyber Kingdom doesn't ban Grimstroke here, oh my gosh.
I think if you're watching ESL, you ban Grimstroke, and I'm pretty sure.
Just Grimstroke and Sven is so strong too. Like we talked about, having multiple combos, but the ability of putting just Inkswell onto the Sven, just have him run up, Inkswell, Stormhammer, or switch that order. It's devastating.
Yep, that was actually like the main combo people were doing.
They let it through. Are they going to take it? Are we going to get a double X?
I feel like you kind of have to. I mean, you could even. Maybe they're going to block pick it? I don't know. Do like a Shadow Shaman. Okay.
They let it through.
Huh.
All right. Maybe they feel like they can take on Isurus.
I actually feel like going Grimstroke Doom here would be a really good combo.
Yes.
Because a double Doom on any of these three heroes on Cyber Kingdom is a one-team fight. Like, if you Doom Brew and he doesn't get his ultimate off, you don't even have to kill him. The fight is won. If you Doom an Earthshaker, the fight is won. If you Doom a Shadow Shaman, hell, even if Shadow Shaman doesn't have Serpent Wards, I have seen people Doom just stunning heroes recently, and it's super powerful because you can't kill anybody if they're not locked down. Like, the supports are actually so important to Doom, and if you double Doom, you go for the Grim first, I think. I think that's
absolutely. I can't believe they haven't picked it up yet. That just seems like a no-brainer to me.
I guess
Because their laning is not that, like, with an Earthshaker, you know, has to be very careful. He has to make sure that he lands that first fissure, gets some stuff done. Otherwise, he's just sitting there with his hands behind his back. And he's not, like, super...
Team pick.
They went for the Lion.
They get the Lion. It's a pretty good Lion game. It's similar to the Doom in the fact that if you can just hard disable one of these heroes before they get the ultimate off, it's a one-team fight. So if you can go in like a Shaman before you have Serpent Wards, if you can pick off a Brewmaster, like if you just have disable for these heroes, you will win a fight. The problem with, you know, Lion and not a Doom is that the Doom, you just press it, it's like 13 seconds of disable. With Lion, you actually have to, you know, sit there,
Yeah.
use your stun, use your Hex, or the other way around. Like you have to, you can interrupt the Lion. But with that being said, it is a very strong 4-role hero that people are picking. People are going for Veiled Discord in pubs. I'm seeing that a lot right now as a 4, which is funny because this hero kind of got nerfed. Like it wasn't getting picked that much, and it got nerfed, and now it seems to be getting picked more, at least in pubs. And I think it's largely because people are going Veil on it.
Well, I think what's going to be interesting with, like, these two teams in particular is that they don't really have a lot of international LAN experience, right? So, you know, you're going to see a little bit more of that South American flavor for that particular region. Might not necessarily see some of the popular trends that are outside of this particular region, too. Granted, this is
South America, they like Mars, right? They're Mars players. We're all Mars players. Here's
Mars,
Busted.
Tinker, Bane.
I feel like there's a pretty good Mars game, barring, you know, the Juggernaut who can spin, but it's really good lockdown with all of the other, or against all of the other Cyber Kingdom heroes. If you can spear like a Brew, Shaman, or Earthshaker, you're gonna win the fight. And it's really good with the Lion in the laning stage because you can set up like Mars Lion is actually a legit combo. And geez, if they have a Mars ulti and spear with a Lion and a Warlock to boot, and then Sven just sitting there right-clicking, that is so much disable in team fight. It seems very difficult to fight into that, even with a lineup that has 3 huge ultimates, such as the Cyber Kingdom lineup. And they go for the Leshrac, which the Lion also helps.
The remix.
Yeah. He's
That's a tower pusher. I mean, it's probably going to be, what do you think, the mid Leshrac?
I feel like it's, I don't know. I don't think that an off-lane Leshrac is 100% great here. Like, you could pivot it. I don't like Leshrac against Jug because a lot of the combos, Jug can take the tiny little fraction of a second between and spin with Leshrac. Like, SK Leshrac doesn't work against Jug. I mean,
They think it's offlane, though, because they've been at the Death Prophet.
You mean they think it's? Oh yeah, they do think it's offline. Yeah, huh? Which, I mean, it's good with Lion. It's good with the setup stun.
True.
Don't get me wrong. It's just picking it into a Juggernaut is always concerning.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're Isurus Gaming, you should be very worried about this Earthshaker and the Brewmaster getting their spells off in fights. Lion, Leshrac, and Warlock are very squishy. If you can stun and Fatal Bonds, like double stun any of these 2 heroes, you should ignore and kite the Sven and kill 2 of any of the Isurus Gaming heroes, and you're gonna win the fight because they're so easy to. If you just get a double fissure, they're going to die because they have such low HP and low armor. It's all about who gets the initiation.
I just can't believe they passed up Brimstone Doom. Like, that was in the bag for them if they wanted it. But maybe they don't feel comfortable playing those heroes? I don't know. It seems a bit odd to me. But they did pick up the Templar Assassin, so...
If I'm Cyber Kingdom, I'm really considering a Huskar right now. There's nothing that deals with a Huskar on Isurus in terms of the laning stage.
There's locked... Oh, yeah, laning stage, right.
There's lockdown, but he should have such a free game.
But is that too snowbally, then? Is that, like...
I don't think so. I mean, it's really good to snowball with the Huskar in this draft because Brew, Shaman are heroes that just run and fight with the level 6.
Yeah,
right.
And those timings really nicely.
And it's like perfect for Huskar. Jug has a healing ward. Like Jug is an early game hero too, but going late game, Cyber Kingdom's also not too unhappy. Like Brew scales really nicely into the late game, which was kind of unprecedented when they added the talents for him because like the hero is just so good in the early game as well. And they picked Ember. Okay.
Choose your hero.
I hear the TA Ember matchup is very skill based. Like whichever player is just more mechanically skilled will destroy the other one. Like Ember can kill TA, but TA should outlane an Ember, depending on the Psyblade hits and Ember using his spells correctly.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with both of these players, so I don't know who's necessarily the better skilled.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to watch that mid lane for
well,
sure.
Hoshino did play pretty well against Gunnar
Yeah.
And Gunnar was saying that that's not like a heavily sniper-favored matchup, actually, despite a lot of people. But I know a lot of, mid laners.
Again, it's all about
they have their
lining up.
opinions.
Yeah.
People have different opinions. But with that being said...
You're wrong, Jenkins.
He did pretty... You know what, maybe. Apparently, they think TA is shitty against sniper.
I guess.
They banned it, but... I mean, once again, he played well in that game, so I feel like there's some potential for a snowball in this mid lane if our boy in Ember Spirit is not up to the par. We'll see.
We'll see, because we were very surprised Isurus was able to take that game off of
Now I'm feeling it.
Bang Bang, right? The two Bs are like driving me crazy here. Bang Bang, Black Sheep, Heavy Enemy Wall.
Absolutely
Yes sir, free bags full.
See, the problem is all of these teams just picked a name well, not the South American, the North American. This is such a
Well,
North
Black Sheep has been like, they played NADCL.
Yeah, but the Black Sheep is just B9s. He just calls every team that he's on black something, black this, black that. And it's hard to remember because they're all meme names.
Right.
There's a Nick Cage team. It's just all Nick Cage pictures.
No, it's just because they couldn't figure out what to name themselves. I was talking with their coach, and he's like, "I'm just gonna make up a name if they don't decide." Like,
did
that's the same thing that happened with Guashi's team.
Was their coach Kumal?
Yeah.
Or their manager, I guess.
Their manager coach.
Bot lane.
Yeah. Yeah, Brewmaster, they really want to try to get this rune here, and he's fairly tanky, but they've got a lot of damage. In fact, they're going to be able to go and throw out that Shadow Word. He's ticking down, so they're going to go right behind the tower. He's trying to just get some more damage out, but this is going to be the first blood that fullback gets, and that's a nice start to that mid lane.
It's actually an off-lane line.
Okay, that happens. We've seen Zai do that.
And he's rushing boots. He's got Tango Clarity, 460 gold. He's going to send out boots on the courier, or maybe he'll go to the.
You have to though, right? Because if the jug manages to, like, if you get a shackle and the jug starts spinning, you gotta be able to run it.
It makes sense. This is cool. This is really cool to see. I see people rushing Quelling Blade with the bounty runes, but boots. I don't know, man. This is next level.
I like it. I like seeing something a little different.
I hope he owns, just because this is interesting, but he's against a tri-lane that's extremely devastating.
Yeah, this is a really difficult matchup, especially, like, just the Shadow Shaman alone does so much base damage, like, with these right clicks. It's pretty difficult for him.
The poor guy can't even get to the side shop.
Okay, so Leshrac now is... Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So Leshrac has a Blightstone. Okay, is Leshrac farming? Leshrac is farming this. Or is he just farming while Lion...
Oh, that fissure coming out here from Moonlight. We talked about this before, Jenkins. We said, they're going to have to be careful with that. Beautiful mini Ravage, though. Can they turn this around? Can they get this kill? There's a Fairy Fire coming out fullback. He's sitting so low. He's actually going to be able to get away.
All right, if this wasn't a core line before...
Moonlight.
Now it is.
He spots himself out. A Disco Goat. He's got those boots. Can he get himself out fast? Oh, look at that play coming out from Lion, the fissure.
No!
Fullback, he's sitting so low. Run, Pony, run!
Jeez. Oh, if Jug died there, I'd lose my mind. I swear, if fullback almost fed the entirety of what just happened back to them because he turned around to hit them.
I know.
Oh, core players, man. They don't know what...
Calculated,
True,
right?
True. He just trusted his line to hit the triple stun and then the stun on the Jug.
And he delivered.
Yep. So it is a support line. He just went for the boot rush, which is interesting. He really thought that he needed the clarity to start.
Well, maybe he wants to rotate on the mid lane quickly. Oh, they get a kill on fullback though. He's sitting just a little bit too low here now. Lion, see that taunt coming out here, is going to be able to walk himself out.
See, this is the unfortunate thing about starting the Leshrac bottom is he's not there
for the first
while, which means the Lion can't cut the second creep wave. So now you're against a tri-lane. They're set up on you. I think fullback is dead again. Yeah,
that fissure plus, I mean, they are...
He has no TP. He's just dying and can't TP back.
Yeah.
That's
a walk of shame.
That is just one of the most awful things that can happen. That's super game losing.
Not good.
Very aggressive, surprisingly. I really think one of these two, the Leshrac or the Line, they need to cut the wave. Like, they're playing against a tri-lane as if they can play the lane. It's very greedy.
It's also really risky, though, considering how much lockdown they have with the spin, and then, this rotation over onto mid lane. Hoshino's fine. I was wondering if one of the reasons why Lion did pick up the boots, besides the fact that he's going to try to run himself away from the deadly combo, is also to maybe gank that mid lane before Ember gets
Or
to
cut the
6.
wave.
Or cut the wave.
Or he could cut the wave
Or
with
he
the
could,
boots.
Okay, all right, all right.
You know, there's a lot that you can do with that mobility.
Yeah. Well, looks like maybe they'll find themselves a pickoff here over on the Shadow Shaman. In fact, they'll go use the Edict over here, fullback. Oh, they'll find the kill on the Shaman. Fullback also probably going to get taken down. In fact, it is going to be a murder here in this top lane as Lion also trying to run himself back.
Very aggressive. More and more, I'm thinking that this Lion is just going to become a core because he's
He's the only one who's surviving.
He's the one farming up here. He's 4-2, and our boy on Leshrac. See, if they didn't run up and tank the creeps there, they're so aggressive.
Oh, Lion!
What is this?
This is SA Dota, baby. This is it right here. Now you're going to lose fullback, too. He's trying to get that split earth off. Not going to be able to, and that's a double kill coming out here for the Shadow Shaman.
They're playing as if they're winning the lane. Why are they doing that? They're against a tri-lane. There's no scarier lane in Dota. Jug Shaman Earthshake. Are you kidding me?
I wish you guys could see Jenkins right now.
The balls on these guys,
He's
dude.
distraught. Oh, mid lane Hoshino doesn't have that refraction up just yet, but will be able to walk himself out. I don't like how the towers throw the rocks because it looks like.
I don't have a good enough graphics card to show.
Oh, that's right. That's
so
right. Yeah.
I don't even see the towers. I see it when people stream though. They do look pretty cool.
They look really cool, like the throwing action, but like it looks like when they throw the rocks, like
Yeah.
I don't know. Smoke will break over here. Looks like Cyber Kingdom was hoping to get the jump over onto Hoshino, and that's a good fissure to slow down. They'll be able to go. Follow up with that Shackles. Can they line up these side blades, though? Oh, Lucino is sitting so low. He needs to get maybe one more hit. Not going to be able to quite find it, and it looks like Lion's going to get a kill on Jug. And Jug will get a kill on the Leshrac in this top lane. What is happening?
You know, the unbridled aggression does tend to work out when both of the supports go to the mid lane. That is the situation in which they should be pressuring. And of course, they're going to because that's just what they're doing up here, regardless. So it does not surprise me that Jug dies. That's a hard lane to lane into as a solo Jug. That's when you just sit in your tower.
Yeah. For sure. 5-minute runes did come up. And we did see a little bit of movement, not too much.
I think the line is... I don't know who's core in this game. There's just two supports in the top lane. The Lion's kind of farming. So is the Leshrac. He's almost got his boots, his arcane boots. It's okay, when Leshrac comes back here, Lion's... Okay.
They're
just killing. They're farming heroes.
They're farming heroes, and they're going to be able to go and farm themselves up a Leshrac again here. Fullback, he just cannot be in this lane. What do you do right now? Fullback is 1-6-3. He's died 6 times, Jenkins. Like, you cannot send him back to this lane.
All right.
Or you got to do something. What do you? All right, you are playing on this team. What do you do?
So at this point, you probably just rotate. You probably just rotate with the Leshrac, pressure like mid tower. So like he has Edict, right? Like that ability. You force people to rotate out of top lane, and then you go back when it's not 3 people up here because you force their rotation. Like look at this. Anybody steps in this lane, they die unless you're a god like Lion and you don't die because you double stun them like a complete god. Holy This line needs to be a core.
I don't know why they're going back in on this. Oh, fullback.
I know, because they're absolute madmen. That's why.
I guess.
All
And
right.
every time he goes that close to the creep wave and like you don't know where the Earthshaker is, it scares me. I feel like he's gonna die again.
I don't even care about the other lanes. I'm so mesmerized by this lane up here. Everybody just has such balls.
Some big ol' cojones, that's for sure.
I'm surprised that there's less chat lines coming out. Anybody muted?
I don't know. I'm not seeing anything on the monitor here. So.
Oh, yeah, it's not coming up. I'm surprised I'm not fullback muted after he's 1-6. If this was a bum, he'd get avoided by so many people.
Vegito's taking a lot of damage from Hoshino. Nice fissure though. Will slow down the TA. She's got her level 6 online now, so we'll be seeing a lot of traps being placed. Lots of vision.
Yeah, TA's dumpstering this matchup. I do feel like after watching Hoshino play against Gunnar, I do feel like he's a high skill player though.
It's going to be the Stormhammer opening up. He'll follow up with the Shadow Wave and the Fatal Bonds. But that's under through over here.
Would you believe?
Oh boy.
Lion is dying on the top lane.
Lion's dead.
What a shock.
Fullback's alive though. Fullback, he's trying. He's running.
He's fast.
He is.
I swear to God,
He's got 4 legs.
I look at Lions in fullbacks gold in their inventory, and it's the same thing. Like 2 minutes later, because of the deaths.
So here's the positive side for Isurus, though. Okay, you look at the bottom lane. You got a Sven. He's already got his Midas online.
It's working.
He's got boots.
It's 100% working.
So is this the play though? Is this what you do? Do you know force those?
Look at him. Oh, he juked. Oh, he's dead.
I'm looking at the mid lane still. Yeah, full back. That's what death number 7.
7. The crazy thing is, it's actually working.
That was a good zip in from Lucido on a good fissure, but
that's a nice play to make with the Ember. Like, you don't want to just sit in the lane against a TA, so you rotate. Like, TA is winning this matchup handedly, so that's why Ember's such a strong hero in the mid lane, in my opinion, is the fact that he can just lose a matchup, and he's like one of the strongest gankers in the game. He's like arguably stronger than a Puck or a Queen of Pain, which is insane considering he scales extremely well as well.
that mobility is really paying off for him too.
Oh, yeah.
Being able to zip around like we talked about.
Yep, that's basically like that fact, and then also the fact that Searing Chains at level 1 has 1.5 second duration. He just needs 1 point in it, and he's able to kill people.
Now the TA is ahead in terms of last hits and denies. I'm not sure if that's because she's been farming off on the side. We've been paying a lot of attention to that top lane. But do have a smoke though over here on the side of Cyber Kingdom, hoping to maybe gank WIJ. He's sitting pretty low himself. He doesn't have a lot of mana, doesn't have that much health.
Oh, he's so dead if he farms this wave. He is so
He's dead. He's so dead. Got the war cry. There's going to be the Hex. He'll follow up with that Shackles, a Slight, and down goes the Sven.
I like that Cyber Kingdom, like, they neutered the top lane, and now they've realized that their Jug doesn't need any assistance in farming against the Leshrac. So they go and they shut down the Sven and the TA. They're probably going to go for the TA next.
That was the first finger of the game getting used here. Lion just lionized that Earth Spirit.
Plus 40.
Top lane. Oh, full back. Oh, no, not again. Not like this. It's like he's actually going to make it out. He's going back in. What are you doing? What's he doing, crazy?
He has no Omni, so he's just playing like a
going
madman. Pause, please. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Now I got to sit down because the camera's going to come on us, but I'm embarrassed to say that I was standing out of excitement.
There's nothing wrong with standing, man.
I can't believe what's going on up here. This is like an insane lane. I mean, I'm not unhappy. This is great.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
This is good Dota.
Right? You don't have to just sit there watching people farm the entire time. You can actually watch them, attack each other.
The winning team has a 1-in-7 Leshrac on their team at 10 minutes.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
He's gonna need somebody to pass that baton of space creation. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there's gonna be the Sven coming up with the God Strength. Oh, last second they'll be able to go and take down Xi'an.
Weege just passed the baton. That was the baton passing right there. It's here. Have this free kill on the Juggernaut. All yours. Well, he took it, but still, you're around for a huge kill like that. You get some golden experience.
And this is good too because he's going to be able to put a little bit of pressure here on this top tower. God Strength, of course, just ending, but being able to be as efficient as possible, right?
Yeah. Speaking of efficiency, I really love the Blightstone on Leshrac. Makes it so your edicts do like 2 or 3 extra damage per tick, which is quite a lot considering it ticks like 10 times per second.
All right, Serpent Wards will get used. They'll be able to go follow up, though, with that rock as they drop down. Can the Sven make it out in time? No. Moonlight and Lucido will be able to find themselves a kill. Pullback. He goes in there. They've been able to use that Echo Slam. They'll find the kill onto Ice Demon, and they'll be able to take out Moonlight here. Pullback getting himself a double kill, and it looks like he is going to be... Yep, he's going to get taken down, and they get the Golem, too.
What a jug just deny. Oh, Shadow Shaman is denying his own wards with the wards.
Yep.
Radiant structures
Classic.
are fortified.
I mean, the thing is, you don't defend the tower, though, coming up here for Jug. It's great that you kill Fullback. I mean, in fact, Fullback is level 8, so that is a big kill for Jug. Gets him a lot of solo XP, which he has been lacking because of the tri-lane. I hear a stun coming out.
Yeah, bottom lane.
Just on the catapult.
It was a stun.
TA's been farming up a storm, though. You need to shut down the TA right now.
Yeah, she's been playing really smart. I don't think we've seen any really big misplays coming out from Hoshino just yet.
Wins the matchup and just kind of secures farm in the area and takes the tower down to 10% HP or so. Not in deny range, though.
That's got to be disappointing, and you are so close to that invis room with an empty bottle, and then you see an Earthshaker just pick it up.
That's always so sad.
Yeah, Moonlight wants to try to get in position here, maybe get a kill over on Fullback. This poor Fullback cannot just get himself a break, although they'll follow up with a Stormhammer. And there's the Hex coming through again. They'll be able to take down the Shrek as they keep chasing after the Sven. There's going to be the split that gets used. They'll go use the Panda too to be able to go purge off that War Cry, but it doesn't matter. This is a very bad God String because he doesn't manage to do anything with it.
And yet, they are acquiring more and more of a gold lead. They took the tower. This is the Jimmy Ho tactic on the Shrek. You just throw your hero, you just right-click down a lane, kill the creeps, kill the towers. It's actually really good. Okay.
Oh, Jimmy Dota.
I legitimately think they probably could have died a little less in the laning stage. I get why they were trying to put that pressure up there because you have a greedy lineup, TA Sven. Yeah. I get that. I think they could have died less, but with that being said, this is a legit strat. Like this is not bad what he's doing. He is making a bunch of space. He still has levels. He still has farm, and he's taken 3 towers on the Shrek. Well, 2 towers, but because of the space top, TA was able to take the mid tower. So really, maybe I'm offlane biased here. That's not TA's tower. I don't care what TA's doing. Not impressive at all. He's free farming because fullback is making space.
That's true.
Like that's why he was able to take the mid towers because Shrek is being mad. Look, he's doing it again. Everybody's spam pinging him. I'm loving this.
Well, you know, it's really working out because also the mid tower is probably one of the most important towers when you're, you've got a TA in the game that's going to get a Dessa, that's going to want to go and Roche. So to take that down early. Granted, it looks like he's got the Blink Dagger queued up first, which I don't know if I really necessarily like that. I think I might actually like to see the Desso get picked up.
Because of how much space is being made, yeah.
It's true. And again, fullback. He is the sacrificial pony.
The sacrificial lamb. Oh wait, no, he's not a lamb.
No, he's a pony.
He's a pony. Yeah.
Maybe a goat.
Sacrificial goat.
Sacrificial goat. That's the thing.
They
right?
do that.
Yeah.
Satanists and such. I wouldn't have any experience with that, but
learning a lot about you, Jenkins.
Well, family and things like that, but lots of goat sacrifices happening in this game.
Gonna call PETA on you.
I don't think PETA cares about killing animals.
God. All right. We're getting way too controversial
I'm going to have somebody show up to my door.
Yeah, you are.
And offer me a free goat.
All right. Blink Dagger is going to get picked up on the Lion now. So we'll be seeing him making some moves around this map. But we also have a smoke coming out from the side of Cyber King. Smoke on smoke action, actually. Fullback tanking that gank.
I think you just stand there.
Okay, nope, they're going to go in there with the Hex. They've got the God Strength. There's going to be the figure getting used. They'll be able to go and take down the Earthshaker. They'll go and drop the rock, too. On the back lines, this Warlock, he's done his job. He's hit his R, as the rest of the team now trying to chase after, but they'll be able to go, use the split over onto the Brewmaster. They'll drop the Serpent Ward. Fullback is down. And now it looks like WIJ, he's trying to run himself away from this Jug, but he's going to get held up in place, followed up with the Shackles. And I think Siete should be able to find himself a kill, although he's still alive. He's still running through. Can they get there fast enough? Yeah, it's actually going to be Mysterious who's going to be able to get that final hit off.
Ember has a DD. That just means you can't commit to that fight completely. TA was going to go in, but the moment he sees the Ember DD, it's like, all right, this is not happening.
Well, use the space. Use the space.
He did get the kill on the Shadow Shaman with the TA, which interrupted the Shackle. But fullback dying at the start, at this point in the game, is actually, like, making space with your feeding in terms of map movements, that's good. But in terms of fighting, it actually doesn't make that much sense right now just because you're all the damage. Like, TA and Sven need probably one more item, and then they can start doing damage in fights. Like, TA's got a blink. She's just a melt strike at this point.
I mean, they managed to get the pick off on the Earthshaker, right? So that was pretty good because he wasn't able to. All right, hold that thought as we jump back in again. They got the Hex, the Earth Spike, WAJ, stand nearby, Split Earth comes out. They should get this kill now over onto Lucido. So we've got 4 heroes on the side of Isurus that are making their way up this top lane.
Nice coordination on those stuns. Also, good blink timing from Lion. He had it in the last fight, but still getting caught out like that, it's easy to do. Like Lion versus, I feel like Lion is one of the few heroes where if he's on the enemy team and he's farmed, it's like Lion and Shaman. You can't play Ember like you normally would want to play Ember.
Right.
The way that hero survives is not being tanky, it's by being extremely mobile. It's the same thing with Storm, although Storm is...
Oh, Echo Slam gets used in the top lane. Moonlight, are they going to... Yeah, they get themselves a nice double pick here. As they're still looking. They're trying to hopefully grab that Warlock, but he's already out. Fullback and Hoshino. They split up. They split up for that push. And,
Speaking of blinks, that was a really nice blink reveal. The reason that they were grouped up like that is because they didn't know that he had a blink dagger. After that, I presume that they're going to be more careful with their positioning. But yeah, with the Ember versus the Lion, it's just like, you know he has a blink, but still, it's so easy to get caught. Speaking of which...
Oh, the jump forward. Chan Totem, nice stun coming out. Let's see a couple of hits here coming out from Siete, Stormhammer.
Alright, guys, let's...
You're getting a little deep here. I think you back off and you just pay attention to
They have
that tower.
Serpent Wards. They do have Brew Split.
Oh, the jump forward, though. We got another beautiful stun. They'll follow up with that drop. As now Hoshino trying to chase after Siete. They can't get around the fissure, though. It's actually blocking them in place now. As it looks like they're going to try to take down some of these pandas here off on the side. Mysterious trying to run out this Earth Panda. And I think they're going to be just a little bit too fast. Yeah, okay. It's going to be the end of the split. It's going to get thrown back down, but they've got the lockdown, and they'll take down the Brewmaster.
Yeah, Brewer's no blink, so he's just screwed in that fight. But for the Vlads first.
The rune of
I suppose it's good for the early pushing. This hero's in a weird position too, where you kind of want to blink, but you don't really need that badly on Brew because you have the Drunken Brawler to close gaps. But in a situation like that, obviously, you wish that you had a blink.
So how close are we? I think, what is it? I was looking at the, oh, they find the Siete over here. There's going to be the Hex, the stun, and they get another kill. Fullback's revenge as they keep chasing now. Earthshaker is going to get Yuled up into the air. They should be able to go and turn it. Yep, they'll be able to get that God Strength off Moonlight, trying to run himself away. But I think they should be able to get one more hit off on him. Oh, no, it's going to take one more than that. As Moonlight already, he's dipped. He's hoping that they're going to give up. And in fact, they do. They turn their attention right back to this mid lane. They've used the God Strength over on WIJ.
Because that Earthshaker survives there, you actually can't push this. That looked like it was going to be a bleeding scenario where you have one team just get this early racks, possibly,
yeah.
or at least like force a lot of buybacks. But the Earthshaker like narrowly escaping there. Extremely important because they know that he would have the Echo for that fight. If they go for a racks push, Echo's up right now, so... Crazy how like one single auto attack like that in Dota could just mean the difference between a racks push and not a racks push.
Well, it's crazy. Like a lot of the times when you're watching these games, especially because you and I, we cast, just watching them, like the players, they think that they've already got it in the bag. Like one more hit's going to do it, and then they realize at the last second, oh my gosh, they need one more hit.
Yeah, the stick charges.
What was it? Yeah, there was also when like Bane got changed too. Remember, like then you can hit a Nightmare. We saw like some of the pro level players, because they weren't used to having that capability, they would lose out on kills just because they forgot that they could hit them.
Yeah, they wouldn't hit. Yeah, people still don't hit. I had people dusting me on Brood like 6 months ago.
Oh really?
Yeah. That's been a change.
Somebody
for a
didn't
while.
read the patch.
A year more now.
Radiant's middle tower.
The Brood thing. That was like what 1.5 years ago. I don't remember.
That was a while.
It was
ago.
a long time ago. Brood has not had invis for a long time.
Nope. And this, all right, so Yules is completed for the Leshrac. We saw that earlier. He is working on the BKBS's next item. You can see Cyber Kingdom. They're feeling very aggressive. You can see Luchito hiding out over on the side. They're actually just going to TP back, though, try to push this Leshrac off of their base. But they do manage to stun up the Ember Spirit, so he's not going to be able to TP at this time. And he doesn't have a Remnant in the base, so... Pullback will get taken down, but again, it's delaying this push. It's giving more time over to his cores. Lion is working on that Aghanims. The Templar Assassin, I think, is working on the Desolator. I don't think she has it just yet. She's getting kind of close to it, I believe.
I actually don't care if I die at all there, if I'm fullback.
Yeah, you forced everyone home, and you also managed to cancel out the TP over on the Ember, so
right.
he's stranded.
Look, the perfect time to smoke.
Yeah.
It's crazy because you have one person dead, but he's going to respawn, you can collapse, and then you force the enemy team to split. So this Ember is not going to have everybody behind him because Jug is top.
Yeah, there's the Blink forward, the Hex, followed up with the Earth Spike. They'll go and drop Rocky, and big Echo Slam, though, on the backside. Is this Lion going to get taken down? No, he uses that finger. Still alive and kicking. Luchito, he's looking for this opening, but he's going to run right into WIJ. Another hit coming out. He's actually going to fall to the Fatal Bonds here. As the rest of the team now, it looks like the Warlock will be the one who eats up that Omni Slash, but I think you're okay with that right now. You already got the ulti off. You got that pick off on the Ember. I think you're pretty happy over on the side of that, but Lion also looks like he's going to be taken down here. Do they have it? No, they don't have anything to cancel out that TP.
Middle tower is under attack.
That fight was split awkwardly. Well, no, actually, it wasn't really awkward. It was by design. The Earthshaker with the Echo Slam made it so that on the back line, his Shadow Shaman could just grip the TA in the ward trap, and TA melted. And TA melting is problematic at this point in the game.
It's a good fissure. They'll be able to blink forward here with the Lion. Hex will get used. Looks like they're just going to back off now.
Sven's opting to go for the non-blink build, which I really like, especially in this game where he has a lot of lockdown already. He's not going to get... He doesn't need to blink in and initiate because he has a little Shrek to initiate fights and he has a Lion to initiate fights.
As long as the Leshrek's actually alive and not, split pushing and forcing people back. But I mean, that's its own reward in it as well.
I love that play though, where you just like use the Leshrek's death to take a fight where they're split. It's awkward because the Earthshaker is just such a good hero at counter initiating, and he was in a good position to do that. But the Jug was split. They were correct in making that move. A little greedy that the Leshrek is dead, but they had a very small window and they wanted to try to take it. I just have my camera locked on full back up here.
You're just watching him the entire time.
You know that's like he's controlling the game. Like the play mid happens because he was making that that play top and presumably making the call. If you're gonna play Leshrac like this, you're probably the one that's making the call to take a fight.
It reminds me of like the Shadow Shaman, right? How we see like the Shadow Shaman, and they have a blink, they'll go and they'll either shock the wave, hide over in the trees, and just keep creeping forward until they can eventually drop the Serpent Wards. That's kind of what Fullback is doing.
Yeah, it's
here.
identical.
Although there's a lot of people in that vicinity, Fullback. I think they're onto your plan.
I mean, the
but
thing is,
they're not like forcing anything else.
You get to a point. The argument against this is that he's a core. So doing this in a core role is.
Oh, he's going to get found by the Shaman. No, he's not.
Oh my
I lied.
God.
Caster's Curse.
Jesus. He shows himself.
Yeah, the ping. TP.
Oh my God, are you serious?
He's out.
All right, that looked intentional. I'm pretty sure he actually showed there to get them to walk back. Like, he knows what he's doing. He's done this so many times at this point.
Yeah.
This guy's like a master troll.
Oh, look at the blink forward. They go and grab the haste. Oh, he's going for the split. There's going to be the Yules, though, coming through here. They stun him up. Looks like he's going to be able to force himself back. Nice Stormhammer coming through. Looks like they just want to disengage right now, although they get off nice shackles. Now, should be able to take down Fullback as they keep charging after this TA, but they're not going to be able to catch her. No, siree.
Double kill.
It's very hard to fight into this lineup. It's an Earthshaker, Brewmaster, Shadow Shaman. Jug is extremely difficult to kill, does a lot of damage. Ember is extremely difficult to kill. Like, it's three very strong team fight counter initiating heroes and two like extremely mobile damage dealing heroes. It's a very difficult lineup to fight into, which is presumably why they're doing this split pushing stuff. Excuse me, voice correct there, but they're trying to split push before they fight because they know a 5-on-5 fight is not working. It shouldn't work against this lineup unless they have no abilities. Even with the Warlock, I think you have the inferior.
Oh, the jump forward again. There's a nice split coming out here. It's going to be able to hold Mysterious into place. Followed up with that Echo Slam, though. They'll get the kill on WIJ. Immediately take him out. There is no buyback on him. They'll take out the Lion. Lion going to have to buy back himself as Lucino goes. Gets himself another kill on Hoshino. Hoshino does not have buyback. Two of these cores are down. Buyback coming out from the Lion. How does Isurus take them off of these buildings? I don't think they can.
They have no Warlock ults. They
Nope,
have no finger.
that's the big thing.
Fullback does a decent amount of damage, but he's created space up until this point, so he's not the strong core anymore. You really can't do anything.
I feel like this draft was so dependent on it snowballing, and they weren't able to find it. They weren't able to find the footing on this. They, because the Leshrac is one of the things that we like about him is the fact that he's able to push so early, right? The fact he's got the Edict, he's going to be able to kind of, make a lot of pressure. And he wasn't making pressure, he was alleviating pressure, I guess, in some ways, because, they were keeping the tri-lane. They're like, oh, this is working out really well for us. But while this is happening, you're getting so much farm on that Jug. You're getting farm on your Earthshaker. You're getting farm on the Shaman.
Do you remember,
it becomes a huge issue.
Did you cast Dota when like Jaw was a player?
No.
The Hawaiian, they called him the crying Hawaiian because he would just whine all the time.
Grant's told me stories.
He's a great guy, highly intelligent guy. He quit Dota, so obviously he's pretty smart. But he would say in Dota you have to apply pressure to relieve pressure.
Yeah.
So it's like you create pressure somewhere else on the map, enemy team responds to it, your team gets space. But that's the unfortunate thing about losing a TA and a Sven in a fight.
They know. Oh, there's a blink forward. The split coming out here from the Brewmaster. They'll go and drop the Serpent Wards, trapping WIJ in place, but he's going to be able to go. He's got the BKB up, but it doesn't matter. There's so much physical damage coming out. He's got the guns right. He's just down. There is no more Sven right now. He doesn't have buyback. They will have to buy back over on the Leshrac and on this back end. Ice Demon, he's found those shackles. They'll be able to get the kill on Lion. He has already bought back earlier. They get themselves the Roche. They're going to be able to find themselves a Warlock over here, and indeed, lead, it feels like it's all fallen into place for them.
I was actually just mentioning this from the previous fights. It seems that Cyber Kingdom have picked up on this fact that the supports, essentially the 3 supports of the Isurus side, are not strong. And if you just focus the TA or the Sven and like throw the other one up with the Brew or throw the line up with the Brewling, so they have no disable, and you just focus one of the damage dealers, without damage, it doesn't matter how much lockdown you have or fatal bonds or any of that BS because you have no damage. Well, what's the point of fighting with no damage? So all they need to do is focus the Sven. I honestly think the TA is it's a hard match to beat TA in at this point. There's an Ember Spirit,
well, she's a lot
Refraction,
like the
Jug.
Quap, right? She's one of those heroes that if she dies too many times, it's very difficult to find that footing again. And she's
like a BKB.
Yeah, she's got the capability to be able to, you know, farm up like camps and stuff. But
BKB?
yeah, BKB coming out from the Sven, I think that was questionable.
That seems like kind of a misclick because he didn't have God Strength, so
no.
And there's no threat here.
Oh, and the jump forward again, Mysterious. They'll try to drop the route, try to buy a little bit more time. Hoshino, he's hiding here with the Melt Strike, but they're going to be able to slide around. Nice dunk coming out over on the side from Moonlight. They'll be able to get another kill. Fullback is down. WIJ trying to run himself away as he's just sprinting. Oh, look at that 3-man stun coming out from the Lion. Will be enough to keep him alive a little bit longer. They'll be able to find a kill on the Shadow Shaman. And there's going to be the buyback coming out from Shaman. They know they're strong right now. They know this TA is down. This Sven doesn't have too much that he can do right here. Doesn't have that BKB.
Yeah, he has God Strength, no BKB.
I think you just back off, let the Fatal Bonds wear off, and then you go back in.
Sure. May as well play it safe. Kill the old Golem too. Who has a Basher? Ember's a... Oh no, sorry, Jug is a Basher.
Jug is a Basher.
Nice. That's...
Yeah, see it there?
Definitely necessary. Spins for the
Keeps
tower.
on going. Keeps on trucking.
Does have the Aegis, so even without the spin, he can still comfortably siege this.
The Moonlight has had some really good Echo Slams.
Yes, I was gonna say
good fissures too.
absolute MVP. Like shutting down these fights where fullback forces them into a split position, and then he's just there, and it doesn't matter because he disables them for so long and kills enough people that even though it's like a 4v5, he still wins the fight for his team. Also, Ice Demon. Like, between Moonlight and Ice Demon, I know the cores look really good in this game, and don't get me wrong.
But they're setting up. They're setting up really nicely.
They're completely setting up the fights. Moonlight keeps, like, focusing the target that they're doing the damage to, and then on the back line, Ice Demon is disabling the other hero. So what they did in the last fight is that they went on the TA, and then Ice Demon focused the Sven and just kited him. Literally just cast spells on him, and that's something that's pretty difficult to do in fights, where it's like, you're chaining these disables on different targets and not actually focusing one of them.
The Moonlight, he has walked into the trap over here, so he will get taken down by Lion. I think Hoshino would have loved to have that kill, but...
The classic attempt to walk up a high ground and the entire enemy team is there waiting for you.
It's what you risk sometimes being a support.
Yeah. Every time.
We need to see this BKB online for the Templar Assassin. That's so important. The lockdown has just been really on point, coming out from the Earthshaker and the Shadow Shaman.
I feel like it doesn't actually matter that much. If they can get an initiation on the side of Isurus, then it matters. But if the Earthshaker and the Shadow Shaman are there, they just have the chain disabled, so BKB doesn't matter all that much. With this amount of network lead, it's super unfortunate. I mean, you still need it. You're not going to go BKB. It's just that I still see TA getting shredded in these fights without even casting BKB. Or she casts it when she's 10% HP and just dies. That's how I see this going. Because...
So you think it all just comes down to who gets the jump on who?
I think it comes down to who gets the jump. I think not only do you need to build this BKB, you need to smoke wraparound and like kill the backlines. You need to get an Earthshaker. You need to get a Shadow Shaman. It's like the same thing with what Cyber Kingdom's doing. They're focusing the damage because they realize if they do that, there's nothing left. You need to focus the disables. You need to focus the team fight. On the side of Cyber Kingdom. You need to go for the Earthshaker and the Shadow Shaman because without that, there's no lockdown.
Lucido wants fullback so bad. Look at him just chasing after him, but they're leading him over maybe to a trap. In fact, there's going to be the Hex coming out. It's just a full-on trap. They'll be able to take down the Ember Spirit in the top lane. Very well played coming out.
That was nice.
From Isurus. But bottom lane, you do see that the Serpent Wards get dropped. WIJ, he goes, he uses that BKB. Will force everybody slightly back as they try to take this down. Who just picked up an axe? I just saw an axe pop up on my screen. Oh, well, it doesn't matter right now because they're just going to chase down after this Warlock here. We'll be able to go get his ultimate off at the last second, so he's going to buy back here. WIJ coming right back in. Beautiful Echo Slam coming out from Moonlight. It's incredible. That's a triple kill now, and it's going to be a double kill for Luchito. GG gets called. Cyber Kingdom, you thought that they were down at the bottom, but they're going to start climbing their way back up, baby.
Caster's curse. It was the line that picked up the eggs, by the way.
The line, okay.
Yeah, just gets a casual
I was trying to
right
like watch that on the
end of
side.
game.
Well, eggs are so important now.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everybody has an eggs. I wanted to see.
Just the line wants that,
Very,
that extra damage for the fight.
Oh man.
He could have got a Daggett. It would have done more damage. Oh, that was